Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 6 of our classroom management and behavioral analysis. Just a few reminders for this week. Again, when it comes to week 3's assignment, with these certificates, a lot of them are coming in slow. I have completed grading for the assignments as I've received these certificates. And so you may want to, at this point in time, if you haven't received yours, just go back to the website and do another request. And when you get them, you can just make sure that you email them to me and also, sorry, not or, but email them to me and upload to the forum for week 3. During this week, I just wanted to say, just stay focused. We only have a few more weeks left of the course. I truly hope that the modules and the resources that have been provided have been helpful and has given you a shift of your thinking when it comes to working with students who have been through trauma and who are going through trauma and also just having different traumatic experiences. And as always, please watch your weekly updates and check your email. So for week 5, we wanted to do a review over the reflections of the trauma. And I know we had our Go React, and you all did really good with that, with responding with each other. If you could, after this post, please post your opinion on how you liked that interaction with the recording of your discussion form compared to the actual typing and being able to interact with each other during the recording. So our week 6 learning outcomes, you will be able to identify the effects of trauma and toxic stress on student learning and behavior through your readings this week and your participation in the modules. You'll also be able to describe strategies to meet the learning, social, and behavioral needs of students suffering from trauma. Your assigned readings is chapters 3 through 4 in the Martella text. There are PowerPoints that are available to support this reading. Also, be sure to read the PDF Writing Meaningful and Measurable Social and Behavioral Goals. And it says see below under the reading assignment, and that's the reading assignment on our module in the Moodle form. And then you're going to also be sure to read the following resource. And I will say, please be sure to click on this resource right here because they will provide really good examples for you on how to follow the ABC and when we're doing our goal writing for students. So week 6 assignments is the exact same expectation for your responses, 300 to 500 words. And your prompt will be to watch the video and respond to the questions asked at the end. And so I will say where before we have our 300 to 500 words, just doing the responses to the questions and making sure that you support your answers should be sufficient enough. But it goes into how to conduct the ABC analysis. Again, this is a great resource for you to utilize. And this is the module that you're going to have to read for your assignment this week. So let me go back again. So here you're going to watch a video. Make sure you listen to, and I have to make sure that the video that's connected here is the actual video that you're going to respond with your questions. But you're going to respond to the questions at the end. If not, I will post it with this update in our Moodle form for you so that you'll have that information right on hand. So with this particular assignment that's due Saturday, you're going to complete the IRIS module that's found at the Iris Peabody Vanderbilt site. Click on this URL here, and then you're going to submit your answers to the assessment and write a reflection about your learning. Again, please include a title page and make sure that this is APA format. And if you have any questions about that, please send me an email ahead of time to ask me if you need any assistance with that. So our week 6 devotion is 1 Peter 5:7, casting all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. And the image states that God is big enough to take care of your smallest needs. And so one of the reasons that I chose this is because I know that this class is focused on how we as educators can prepare our learning environments and structure our classroom to help our students who are going through trauma and who are going through or have experienced trauma. But what I want us to understand is that we as educators also experience trauma. We have trauma in our personal lives that we may have experienced, but oftentimes experiencing the trauma that our students have gone through their reactions within our classroom can be a very traumatic experience. There will be days that you will wish that you could be the hand in that image and hold that child like a butterfly and take care of all of their needs. And it sometimes doesn't work that way, and it's hard. And so what I will say is, while we as educators are preparing our environment for our students, I want you to also think about what are some things that you can do as the adult in the classroom, as the instructional leader in the classroom, to deal with the trauma that you're experiencing. It's hard when you have so many students in your classroom, and you can have a lot of us use the experience, I feel like I was dumped on. But you will have several kids come to you with all of these challenges that they're experiencing. And sometimes it feels like it sticks to you, and then you carry it home. And then you come back to work and it builds up. And so at what point in time do you actually release that? What point in time do you turn that over and you say, Lord, I know that this is greater than me, and I need you to help me and guide me with what I need to do. And sometimes in the decisions that we make, whether it's call Children and Family Services, contacting our social worker, our guidance counselor, it can hurt, because the students are usually upset with you because they feel like that you've betrayed their trust. But in the end, it is our job to protect them. And so I just want you to think about and reflect on, what are some ways that I can release at the end of the day the heaviness that I might have from my classroom when it comes to my students experiencing trauma? What are ways that I can, again, cast all of my anxieties on Christ? But how can we let that go and still be able to meet their needs? And so this week, my prayer is that you all will stay focused again. Also, do a lot of reflection on, if you're in a classroom, what are you currently doing with your students when it comes to trauma? Do you have the restorative circles? I used to have a light. I had a candle that I would pass around in a circle, and I would ask the students to think about a challenge that they had the previous day, the day before, and how can they make today better than yesterday? What are some actions they can do? And they always had to start it with, today I will, because we're going to speak it into existence. And I had one little boy who would refuse to speak his, and so we would say, it's okay, and we would pass it along until one day he felt safe enough to become part of the community of sharing. And so just think about, different activities like that. And we would actually cut the lights out, and it was a battery operated candle. And so it really changed the mood of the classroom, and the kids just truly enjoyed it. And I remember there were some days I forgot, and they would be like, we're not going to do our sharing in our circle, our community circle. And I would, have to apologize and say, oh, I'm sorry, because we can get stuck in the rush of things and the change of our schedule of our day. So again, stay focused this week, and also think about how can you release the different challenges that you carry for your students. How can you release that at the end of the day? Have a wonderful, blessed week, and I look forward to seeing your different posts and your responses.